All right. Is Foster by chance joined by Zoom, or is there anybody? No, okay. All right, well, we have a quorum, so we can call the regular meeting to order. So I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay. Next is the approval of April and May meeting minutes, which I sent by email. So hopefully you had a chance to review them. So I will take a motion to approve the April and May minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The third item is old business. So we'll start with the, I guess we're calling the town picnic, which is going to be part of the Celebrate Pownell event, which is being held on Saturday, July 30th from 11 to 2. I'm not sure if you saw the flyer or the event posting now, so it's being publicized.
Yeah.
So our portion of that is to have the town picnic. We will host the town picnic. So I think I would ask if folks are available to work that day or to help out with either setup or cleanup or help during. I'm gonna make a list of like things that need to be accomplished to achieve the town picnic, from food preparation to shopping to setup, cooking, and then I guess breakdown cleanup. So I think I'll send that by email. So
Okay.
that way we won't take up time in the meeting. I haven't had a chance to put that list together yet, but I do have an idea from last year. And I
We're
think
gonna do that the same day as the fair.
it is the fair. It is part of the fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we gonna do that here while the fair's down there, or same location as?
same location.
Okay.
It is actually in the field behind the firehouse on the
Okay.
corner of Church and Route 340.
It just wasn't quite clear on that, that's why I was asking.
Yes, we decided because of all the construction continuing here
Yeah,
still.
not the best location yet.
No, it's very, very dusty at the tennis court. I don't think you'd want to eat food. Eat food there, yeah. I think until maybe the back parking lot is paved, which I don't think is till August. There's some time in that vicinity. So yeah, we decided to include it as part of the fair, which is now being branded Celebrate Pownell. We decided to do that. So there'll be other things going on at the same time. You know, there's other events, but this is, I think, will be the only food happening. And
Okay.
We're gonna do hot dogs and hamburgers, right?
make hot dogs and hamburgers and some easy sides and some
Yeah.
beverages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can pull that off, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be around.
okay, good. The next item is the Spark Grant, which is the Town Hall Pollinator Gardens. So there have been several meetings of that volunteer group, and it's kind of a work in progress because the schoolhouse is going to be moved next Tuesday, but they still need to do a lot of work on the schoolhouse, and the pollinator gardens were going to be on the front left here, the big patch in the front left of the town hall was going to be the primary location of the gardens. So they're still going to be doing work on the schoolhouse. I think they just ordered the windows, and the project manager said they won't be in for like 12 to 14 weeks. So
That seems about right for everything being on back order.
I know.
So it'll be middle of winter.
They can't do the siding until they get the windows. So it's kind of like everything is sort of backed up from that point. The other thing that's still going on is the driveway and Center Street are going to get paved. And that's going to take place a little later. I guess it's an August timeframe for that. So it doesn't really make sense to go in headfirst on pollinator gardens when there's going to be all this work continuing. I think that they're looking at what they can put in, like a little area this summer, but then the majority of it this fall
Okay.
for stuff in the spring. So
Is
we're,
there a time frame on the grant?
it's a year.
A year?
So they have till next May 5th or something like that to spend the money. It's not a problem spending the money.
Right.
So,
It doesn't matter when we can do it.
doesn't matter when you can do it. And then, some stuff is, it's better to plant it in the spring than it is in the summer, or better in the summer than the fall. So there's some planning that goes into it, and an organization, I think it's called Bee Friendly, like Bumblebee Friendly, Williamstown, is helping with that. So they're helping to plan the plants and all that, because there's, like I said, there's stuff that goes into it and what you want where, and you want things that are blooming spring, summer, and you know what I mean? You want to, so there's
Coordinated, yeah.
planning to go into, so they're helping with that, but that's definitely progressing. The RTP grant for the trail, we submitted that, but I haven't heard a peep since that time. I think that the expected time frame is like an August time frame when those are awarded. So I don't know that we'll expect anything since that time. But Brian, I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you saw, but the forestry students from Southwest Tech.
I did not go down there and see them in person, but I
No.
saw the pictures and I heard the work being done.
Yeah, I thought you would hear the work being done.
And I assumed it was done down there when I heard the work being done and
Yes.
the
Yes.
conversations.
So what I wanted to ask is that, and I might need to seek direction. I may need to ask Hannah or Tara this, but one of the big trees has quite a bit of wood there that's just sitting to the sides. And I think we need to remove it.
How big of sections did they cut it into?
Some of it is pretty big still. It's not like firewood size.
Well, I was gonna say, people will sometimes have fires down on the beach while they go fishing, so I was gonna say, if it's movable pieces, it will end up getting burned.
Okay,
Some of it's like 3 foot logs.
3 foot chunks.
it's pretty big. One of it's even like larger. So I didn't know if either we could remove it somehow. I don't know if the town would be willing or if it's possible to chip it. I don't know if you could get a chipper in
I
there,
was gonna say, I don't know if we could get a chipper down in there.
or maybe to the.
I'd have to see how
area.
wide they've made the path.
Or maybe if they could get a chipper even to the parking area,
Yeah.
and then we could move the wood to the parking area or something.
There's a lot of branches too, not just the wood. There's a lot of
Yeah.
branches that need to be dragged.
It was a mess there. I mean, it was really.
Oh, yeah, I went down and saw it.
Okay,
Before we did the work.
yeah,
And the one that was right down over the path and
yeah. So they're all cleared out. I mean, the path is clear, but the wood remains.
Yes, if we find somebody to drag the branches someplace, we need to figure out where to drag them
you
to.
just roll it down to the river's edge. High water.
I
it's
was-
off.
We're probably not supposed to do that, but
Why? It's just dead wood.
I know. Or even,
You couldn't cut it in the water. Like if it was laying out in the water, you couldn't do that, but
I mean, do you think people would come and get it? Is that, if we put that out there, would that be okay? I have no idea, and
as free firewood,
yeah, just free wood.
if it's not garbage wood, somebody would probably take it.
I don't know what kind of wood it is, so it's hard for me to,
I want to say, I think it was only a swamp maple.
I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah,
It's good camp wood.
camp wood. Okay. So I guess what we need to figure out is what is the best way to get rid of it. And I don't know if we should ask the town if we could
Bonfire.
chip it, have a big fire. Like, I don't know. It's still going to be effort to move it to the,
So essentially you need somebody with a utility side by side or a four-wheeler and utility trailer would be the easiest way.
it would be the easiest way to do that. But where are we disposing of it? And I don't even know, when they made the trail, they cleared wood. I don't know what they did with that either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, depending on when we get done here, I'll go down there after this and
Okay.
take a look.
Okay.
If it was drier, it'd be a nice bonfire for the picnic for the celebration.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
It's
what,
too wet though. That would right now be too wet, I think, for
Yeah.
this year.
yeah. Okay, so Brian, you'll follow up. Brian,
Yeah, I'll go down.
follow up on that. Okay, good. The VORAC grant, we're still waiting for a grant agreement from the state. I think I mentioned at the last meeting that the state sent an email and said that the business office is really backlogged, like they're backlogged months. So they said expect the grant agreement will take months, and basically if you do any expenditures, you're at risk before the grant agreement is signed. So obviously we won't spend any money. But Brian and I have a meeting with Tara this Friday to talk about the project. Tara is the project manager.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about timeline while we're waiting for the grant agreement. And then, once we get the grant agreement in hand, what are the next steps? Because there's probably things we can be doing in parallel. Like we still have to, it's kind of like, what do they call it? The chicken and the egg here. I feel like it's like we need to do the permitting process, but you want to make sure the bridge is a go before you go through the permitting process. But you can't really order the bridge or do anything with the bridge until you know you have the permit.
Correct.
So they're kind of, what do I want to say, codependent. So we're gonna have to do some of it at the same time. But Brian and I will meet with Tara this week.
Okay.
Put a game plan together.
And Borac still hasn't said if the timeline to spend the money is gonna be extended or not?
They haven't said that. I will say with the Spark grant, you had a year from like the date of the check.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean, the date or the postmark. You had a year from that. So I'm hoping that similarly with VORAC, it's going to be
would
maybe
think,
like,
yeah.
so 2 years from the date of the executed grant agreement, maybe,
You think?
or something like that. So
Do we have an engineering firm already lined up to design it?
no, some of the vendors do their own designing,
Okay.
do their own engineering. So we don't need to do that separately. It'd be part of the RFP, would include the engineering for it.
Okay.
Yep.
But we'll have to coordinate the permitting side of it.
We'll have to coordinate the permitting side of it.
Okay.
Yep, yep, which I know that, I think Rebecca has already spoken with the EPA and there's no issues there. I think it's literally going through the Act 250 amendment process. But Act 250 was already, a land use permit was already given there for the wastewater treatment facility. An amendment was for the trail itself. So we'd be doing a second amendment. So a lot of the legwork
Has already been
has
done.
already been done because like the historical preservation,
Because you're just tacking on to the additional project.
so all of this, like the studies, I mean, the concerns have been addressed for the most part. There may be some concerns with the river itself that still need to be, I guess there's different things with the wetlands and stuff like that. It's class 3 wetland, I think is what it's called. So there's not a lot of concern with that. So it's not going to be as egregious a process as if we were starting from scratch because a lot of the archaeological study is already, it hasn't changed.
I say there won't be anything archaeological down there. They scraped everything down and built it back up.
Yeah. So but there's like for the Act 250, there's like check boxes, this study, this, like, and those they've been done. So I don't think
Well, that's good that they're letting you use the stuff that we've already done. They're not making you start over.
well, I mean, I'm saying that, but there's not a lot that could have changed in like 5 years. I don't think they're gonna have a different.
Just we're reaching over to a new piece of property by connecting with the Strobridge land across.
And we're on the existing trail that you already approved. You know what I mean? It's going to start on the Hoosick Bend Trail.
Yeah.
And go over to the Strobridge. So the Strobridge is our property. So I don't think I'm not,
And the land trust is okay with it. They're not requiring anything special for connecting over.
they haven't said anything.
Okay.
We need to check that box too.
Okay.
And the Vermont Land Trust was very supportive and wrote a letter in support of the project.
I remember they had said that they've been very supportive of any ideas we've put forward.
Yeah, we'll need to check that box again and
Okay.
get all those things in order.
And you guys will speak with Tara and get your roadmap all planned?
Yep, get a roadmap outline
When you meeting with her?
Friday.
What time are you meeting with her?
I think it's
11:30.
11:30 on Friday. Yep. Center Street Park and Town Green, there's nothing new to update on that. I did look at the municipal planning grant and the date is September of 2022. So we spoke about this last time that if we want to put together a proposal for, Center Street Park in this area, it makes sense to maybe ask the planning commission to partner with us and maybe expand the scope to the economic area of Pownell Center Village in whatever we do. So I'm not gonna start on that until after the picnic, just to be honest.
I was gonna say, you got a lot on your.
I got a lot going on, so, and it's really busy at my regular job, so going in, it'll get less busy at the end of August. So, okay, so in terms of new business, I think you've probably heard that there's some agreement for the Green Mountain National Forest to acquire some property in Pownell.
I've heard that, but I don't know the specifics.
So there's through, I think it's called congressionally delegated spending, previously known as like an earmark. Green Mountain National Forest was given monies to purchase land in Pownell and Stamford.
Okay.
I was trying to look to see where it's located. It's in a private company's name right now, and this private entity, from what I read, buys land to conserve it and then sell it to, things like this, like the National Forest. As best I can find, I think it's, where South Stream Wildlife Management Area is off of South Stream Road. It's that little state park right there.
Yeah.
I think it's close to there, and a close road is like Cross Road. Do you know where that? I'm trying to find it quickly, but whenever you want to find something quickly,
It doesn't work.
you never can. That's where I think the piece of property is. So my question to Parks and Rec is to ask if we should inquire to the select board to get permission to ask Green Mountain National Forest what their plans are for that, and if there's any ability to put a trailhead in Pownell. If we want to take a minute, we can.
I was gonna say, usually they're pretty good about letting you put trails in, especially if it's on a trail or road already existing through there.
In the news articles that I read about this, it sort of led me to believe that may be their plan, because they said the property is within a mile of the Long Trail or Appalachian Trail. So that's relatively close. So I kind of was, let me just take a quick note. Let me find South Stream Road on my map.
Where is that?
This isn't gonna connect over to like the Bennington Village Municipal Forest, is it? Like over through that way?
I don't think so. It's off of Barber's Pond Road. I can't even.
Yeah, Barber's Pond up through South Stream. And then there's the South Stream waterfowl area, I think is what you were talking
I
about.
think that's, yeah, it's north of that and on the other side of the road.
Oh, okay.
And it's in like a company's name right now. Sorry, I'm not finding, if I could find South Stream Road.
I just had it.
Let's see. It's a lot easier to find on my iPad than it is on my phone, that's for sure. I feel if you find Crossroad.
Crossroad?
There's Barber's Pond. Okay, there's Barber's Pond. Barber's Pond is very windy. South Stream.
Okay. South Stream Fish Hatchery.
That's too far.
Watershed Road, Steamway.
I swear it said Crossroad, but I might be wrong.
Oh, I got Crossroad, yep.
Crossroad. I think it's this.
Goes from South Stream over to Maple Grove,
I think.
right on the corner by Rick's Small Engine Repair.
I'm thinking that this piece of land right here that's outlined, right,
This big one?
yeah, the big one, is the land, if I can see the name on it. See how it says Park Forestry, New York, LLC, David Rubin?
Yeah.
I think that this is the piece of land
Okay.
that, it seems to,
I can't see the name.
South Stream.
So it's on the right-hand side of South Stream headed into Bennington.
yeah, I think that's the piece of property.
That's next
No,
one
we're-
down.
Now, where does the Appalachian Trail
It's
off
over,
of Cogden Road, I think it is?
yeah, I'm not sure if this is it right here. That's kind of, I don't know. Like if I look at this, this says US Green Mountain National Forest, like all this land, so it's
So
hard.
it's connected, so this is the property, it's gonna connect in with this.
Yes, it's adjacent to that.
What's this sliver right up through the middle?
I don't know, that's what, I'm not sure what I was wondering if that's the trail.
Oh, is that the trailer or that the power line?
It could be the power line, I don't know, because it does end, I'm not sure. But like South Stream, let's see. It's right here, right? South Stream Road is right here, and the piece of land is here. So anyway, my general question is that is not town-owned land, so therefore it's outside the jurisdiction of the Parks and Rec Committee. But I didn't know if I could, or if you thought we should ask the select board to inquire with Green Mountain National Forest, like what their plans are. 'Cause right now, there's no access to the Appalachian Trail or the Long Trail in Pownell.
It doesn't connect with any municipal properties,
No, it doesn't.
so it really is out of our purview. I mean, you could try to reach out. I mean, if you have a private landowner that would be willing to like be the connection point between town property and that,
Well, I
you could
think,
try to do a trail like that, but I think, maybe, doesn't hurt to ask.
I think their plan is to put a trailhead, I think, because they said it's within a mile of, but I was just going to inquire with them, what is their, what, do they have any plans, or are they thinking about that, or what? They haven't even acquired the property yet, so it may be premature because the money isn't available until early 2023. But if you don't think it's appropriate, then I won't ask them.
Well, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said like it's not in our jurisdiction. I mean, the town can't go and just declare a trail on somebody else's property.
No, we're not declaring it. I think
Down for plans.
the Green Mountain National Forest is.
Yeah, they're gonna make a trail. If they're gonna do that, they'll do that regardless whether or not we're involved.
Right, I was just out of curiosity, like, what are your plans?
Yeah.
For that property?
I would say any citizen could call up and ask, and I don't think it would be inappropriate for you to call and ask on behalf of Parks and Rec. At the very least, you would be on an information gathering expedition.
Yeah. I'm not saying Parks and Rec should get involved or have a project, like, I'm not saying anything. I was just curious if there were an opportunity for them.
I personally, and I might be wrong, but I personally don't see an issue with it, especially if you're just doing it to gather information and ask them what, it'd be no different than a reporter calling and asking.
Okay. All right. I'll just give them a ring. All right. The last item, I think that there might be a town hall opening event scheduled or potentially coming later this summer. So someone had mentioned it would be nice if there was like an ice cream social or something for that. And so I wanted to put it out there for Parks and Rec to see if, if there is an official opening of town hall, like when everything is completed, would we be willing to host like an ice cream social?
Depending on what day and what time, I'm open to doing that. Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, if it's on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
No, I presume it's at a time where people are I would think it would be like at a time, like in the evening or on a weekend where people are more available to.
Yeah, but I don't think we've set an official date, have we, Hannah?
No, I just heard it was like potentially after everything is complete.
I know it was discussed at one point. but I
Okay.
didn't think we'd.
No,
come to any, like,
no, definitely not.
Probably wouldn't be
because
till
we're
like
waiting
late August.
for that to be done, the schoolhouse move and everything else done with it. Because otherwise it's like, we can show this off, but like, hey, you still can't go in there. It's under construction for the next 6 months.
I would say it's probably going to be more like a September, October thing if the windows aren't coming in for 12 weeks,
Yeah.
you know, and all that. So I just thought I'd put that on there, see if there's any interest in that.
Sounds good.
So with that, it's a very short meeting tonight. So our next meeting date and time, so we'd be looking at July 12th. Tuesday, July 12th. And probably a little more focused on picnic planning at that meeting.
Picnic planning.
So if that sounds,
2 weeks or 2 weeks before.
On July 12th,
yep,
I should be around.
okay,
That's in between trips.
in between. Okay,
Oh, let's see. That's Tuesday, yeah, I'll be around.
Same time, 6 PM.
okay. Hannah, is there any public comment?
There's not, nobody is in.
Okay, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you very much.